Hello, everybody. Just a disclaimer as we go into it. Level 10 or 1080 and the special stage, I used items in. 1080 was a bit more extreme, and I will be making a separate video of me legitimately beating it if I'm able to. And the special stage was just, I was very close and felt that it was okay to do so. And I will explain my reasoning when we get to both of those, but for now, let's just talk about these levels here. And I apologize if I'm not great at explaining what I'm doing, because it has been a couple of days since I've actually played. Maybe not a couple, it might have just been one day, but it's been a long time since I played all of these levels, and my mind is just ingrained with 1080 in the special stage now. But for this one, I'm just getting to the electric bombs, as you can see. I'm kind of just clearing everything I can up here while I'm here, and then I'm going to move on to the other half once we've cleared all of this. And just bring in Wario for this one, nothing too fancy. There are blue coins that are covered by, I think it might be that every single thing needs to be destroyed on this stage. And the bombs and electric bombs help with that, and there are a few colored crates that will be a little annoying, but you can get those pretty easily too. It is nice that it's only yellow and blue viruses, so you don't have many options here. My assistants got glitched out for the first 2 levels here, I think. But just for context, I believe the ones I brought in were the yellow point boosting assistant and the light blue point boosting assistant for this one. And I don't remember at this moment who I brought in for the second one. But yeah, I don't know what happened. It was a weird glitch where my assistants didn't show up. It happened in the previous video as well, I just forgot to mention it. But I've never seen that before. It's a new visual glitch, I suppose, but it doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. The assistant's still triggered, seemingly, so that's good. I'm clearly gonna be okay with points. I just really need to be as efficient as possible here. Using my blues to clear the extra crate that got left behind, and then destroying the blue colored crate as well. And then all I need is another yellow. Maybe the capsules would have mattered if I kept not getting yellows. That would be pretty messed up, but it would be pretty hard to have not gotten 3 stars on that, so on that round specifically. I played that one a couple times, don't get me wrong. So we're okay, the assistants are not glitched out, never mind. But I'm doing the Baby Peach strategy again. I did not come up with it, just for context, but I do believe it's a pretty good idea for when you need a lot of points. And you know, her skill is more helpful than Nabbit's, because Nabbit just gives you points, where this strategy will get you points and you get rainbow capsules out of it. So kind of a win-win. And you're kind of just following the path. You want to go for the bombs right away, and then try to, especially if you're bringing in Baby Peach, you want to wedge yourself into some of the weird spots, like this red one would probably be good to get with a rainbow capsule. And then there are certain blocks that you need to hit, if I'm remembering correctly, where obviously there are coins in them and they're not getting hit by other things all that much. So you're going to just start stacking them up at some point. Like on the left side there, we've got those 2 blocks that are going to need a lot more hits in them. Well, I guess not a lot. One of them is going to have 2 hits in them. I'm guessing the top one. Actually, never mind. All of the blocks now have 1 hit left in them. And I don't remember if I brought in King Boo or what, or if he's going to trigger. I feel like I'm not quite there on points. Yeah, so I brought in King Boo and he does trigger, which I think allows me to get 3 stars actually. I doubt I would have gotten 3 stars with the amount of points I had. Everything needs to get cleared on the stage as well. Remember that when you're playing. So right here I'm really scared because I could easily place stuff down, but I don't want to miss out on those 3 stars. So I'm trying to be as careful as I can. And then here I messed up still. But luckily we get a good amount of points from that last hit, and 3 capsules is going to be enough. But I got very scared at the end there because who knows when I would have gotten King Boo to trigger again. And I bring King Boo in like so constantly, especially in this set of levels. And it's literally just like, did King Boo trigger? No? Time to restart. Over and over again, and it's so unbelievably annoying, and it's so frustrating. Maybe I'll just bring King Boo into a future try on 1080 and then just use my skill up. And the unfortunate thing is if he also triggers, then I just get 5 extra capsules, but I don't know, I've got plenty of skill ups to burn through, so I could do that. People I feel like will still get mad and claim that I used an item, even if I try to explain that I didn't, or the idea of it is the same, but just to have that guarantee that I'm going to get those extra 5 capsules every time, because otherwise it's just like, why am I playing? I might as well restart because King Boo didn't trigger. I need him to trigger. I need those extra 5 capsules. It's not going to happen otherwise. I'm not even talking about this stage. I brought in Fire Rosalina. I brought in King Boo again. I think I brought in the Thwomp assistant, which gives you more points at the end. And what's nice about bringing her in is that the stuff is going to get iced quite a bit. You don't actually have to clear all the viruses, just the coins and crates. But the viruses really cramp stuff up, and like the bombs can get iced, and the blocks have multiple hits in them. So just bringing her in can clear a pretty big area. Regular Boo would probably be pretty good too. But at this point here, I just have this one little section I need to get. I really just need to rely on her hitting it, and then also I was not going to get 3 stars, but I got King Boo to trigger. Of course, as I said, you're not going to beat it if he doesn't trigger. And then we just have, we're already going to get 3 stars now at this point, since we got him to trigger. And now we just need to clear this virus. Wait, no, not the virus, the coin. Obviously, Rosalina is not going to help with that. We had a crate to clear, we already cleared it, so just that final coin will do. And we have 2 capsules left to spare. So, another one that wasn't too awful was that. Okay, there's still 2 more stages. We bring Fire Rosalina into the next one as well. And we bring in Koopa Troopa back just because we're trying to go for ending with as many capsules as possible. Even if it's only 9 or 8, that's still more than I would get from my Thwomp assistant, so I might as well bring in Koopa Troopa. And really for that previous stage I should have brought him in as well. Anyone that I'm relying on King Boo to trigger, it's better to bring in Koopa Troopa than the point boosting assistant. I will tell you that right now. But this one's good for Fire Rosalina again because it's just those areas that just have a lot of, I guess not even a lot, but just like a good amount of hits in them. And just a concentrated space that could really use just a nice blow up, get everything gone. Also, I guess I didn't mention this, but at the beginning I was just going for that lock in the middle right away. If you played the stage before, you know where that lock is. I always just try to get to that as soon as I can, so I can begin working on the rest of the stage. It doesn't matter if Fire Rosalina's triggers during that time, because either way, the caged items are just nothing. There's just nothing there. It's just an open space. So it does the same amount of damage either way. And I'm trying to get to this red one now, so Fire Rosalina doesn't go for it for me. And then, I really don't have a good space for Fire Rosalina to hit. Like, there's not a specific spot I'm like, I really hope she hits here. It's kind of just like, well, she's going to hit like one thing and that's it. And that was a pretty good spot, actually, because she does hit a couple of viruses, but it would be really nice for her to hit some of these blocks as well. And you can see, I'm like nowhere near 3 stars at this point. Of course I have to get King Boo to trigger. And we end it with 9. I was now able to do it with 10. 10 would pretty much guarantee it. I was really worried we get enough. I have no idea what the requirement is anymore. I have no idea if I was close or if I was a couple thousand over. There's not a great way for me to tell. Okay, we're going into 1080. You see I bring in Boo. I have no idea if Boo is the best bet. Someone said they used Toad. I tried Goomba Tower because I prefer Goomba Tower, and I was not getting it. I mean, with the most insane amount of luck ever, of course you can beat it with Goomba Tower or Toad, but I would rather not rely on that much luck. There are often times where they just hit random nothing spaces, and what's nice about Boo is even if he hits very little, his skill is constantly triggering, so he's going to get a lot of stuff done. Fire Rosalina may also work. I don't even think I tried her. But I got close a lot of times, and this was one of the close ones as well. And I'll explain a little bit as we get into it. I'm a little ashamed, I guess, but I really don't know what the strategy is for this level. I went into it thinking, this isn't so bad, I feel like I can beat it pretty quickly here. And I just kept playing and I just kept not beating it. And it just got more and more defeated. I was getting pretty close with Baby Luigi as well. I kind of gave up on playing him and I don't really know why. I played him for probably as long as I played Boo. And it's just like, I got close sometimes, I really did. With a little better luck, it could have happened, but no, it just didn't happen. So I end up using a free, or not a free continue. I use a continue at the end, and then I think I use a couple of hammers too. Which, I mean, by all means, if you're having trouble with this stage, don't be afraid to use a continue and throw in some of your items as well, just to be done with it. I typically like to show you guys how to beat these levels legit, but sometimes it's hard for me too. You know, I'm just one of you guys. So we're getting down to the end of the level here, and I really need to just make sure Boo is hitting the areas I want him to hit. I need to be getting down to these blocks as soon as I can because these are going to take a lot of hits at the end. Boo is not going to go for those doors anytime soon, so I might as well go for them too. You can see I just start hitting this stuff. I'm not even worried about the cannons quite yet, although I do believe I place something down. I usually like to have the cannons face each other so that they hit both sides at the same time. And then we only have this one virus left. Once we get this one out, King Boo will start hitting the stuff we actually want him to hit. I don't believe I got King Boo to trigger, but I guess it doesn't matter because I use a continue and some power-ups at the end, so. But still, I had such a good round, I was like, imagine if King Boo had triggered, maybe I would have actually made it, I don't know. We still got quite a lot of hits left in all this stuff. Like we didn't even, okay, we finish off that side. And again, if Boo would have hit the other side, I actually probably would have had a better chance of clearing it because that one barrel that's still there is really messing me up. And I went for the smallest amount I could. It does give you a rainbow capsule, and then the rest are just normal capsules. But yeah, I end up wasting one capsule just so I can use it as a platform to get to that barrel. Oh man, that was really an awful placement. But I also accidentally placed that yellow capsule up there. If I hadn't done that, maybe things would have went differently too. I guess I could have destroyed one of my ones with the yellow and got a single capsule from it, and I think I actually would have, well, I guess it would have been the same. So yeah, we are too short here. I tried to get Boo's skill one more time, so I only had to use one hammer, but I just barely didn't get it. So I ended up using 2 hammers. It's pretty pathetic. Let me know if you beat this legitimately, how you did it. If you need me to do a walkthrough on this, let me know. Seriously, just use items. I know some people really like playing these levels without using items and trying to beat them legit, but it's not worth it. Just use your items. That's what the game wants you to do. It really does. It's not even a joke. Like, it's challenging beyond reason. They want you to waste your items on these stages, okay? They're not meant to be beat normally. They're really not. And this one I was really close as well. I will explain a little bit later what I used and why I used it and why I think it's still okay to leave this one alone. Although there is a little bit. Well, I'll get into it. Basically, I think I could have beaten this one legitimately if my luck was a little bit better and if I was a little bit smarter about some of my moves. So that's why I think it's fair to say that this is a clear, even though technically it's not. And I really got dealt a pretty bad hand at the beginning of this too, which is why I'm so surprised that it went as well as it did. Because Goomba Tower really didn't hit anything for me. Right away at the beginning, stuff isn't really lining up very well. Sometimes you get stuff to line up super well, and it still just doesn't go your way. And my strategy is often to just leave the middle pillars alone, just because they're really annoying to work through, especially with that key constantly falling. But if there's an opportunity to get into that middle section, I often will, which is why you can see I have the the left one pretty cleared out. And now I've worked my way into the right one as well, just a little bit. And yeah, I keep like accidentally placing capsules all over the place. I end up wasting a whole bunch. Again, if I was just a little bit smarter, I could have saved those capsules for something later. If Goomba Tower just hit one thing that I needed to do every once in a while, it would go differently too. But we get King Glitter triggered, which is absolutely crucial. At least with what I'm doing. I don't know how anyone else is doing it, but I also kind of messed up with the blue virus there. I definitely could have cleared that a little bit more efficiently, and I think I ended up destroying some of these. Well, maybe not. I don't know what I end up doing with this pink cap. So, oh, okay. I think I actually did a smart thing with that. And then right here, I cleared this blue one while I had the opportunity. And the stage is about to scroll down. I'd have the Bombu equipped as well, which is supposed to give me 3 extra if it triggers. Now it does not trigger at all during this run, which also would have really helped. But the thing is, what I have left over is that pink one all the way up there. So the problem is, even if I had 3 more, would I have even been able to do it? I don't know. Probably not. Because I end up doing it with only 1 caps remaining. I guess I could have built up to it and then placed 2 pinks underneath that one I had, and it would have been the same thing, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to justify what I did. But again, a very easy way is just to say, you know, if Goomba Tower had hit it for me, I would have won. That would have just been it. So, I don't know, the video's ending. Let me know what you think. I'm going to try and do 1080 if I can. So, I'll see you then if I'm able to do it. Goodbye.